Yo, what's up friends? Today we are back on Pokemon Showdown for another part of our daily Mega Laddering series. And we're going to be using Mega Diancie. Now Mega Diancie got a huge buff in attack, special attack, and speed for no reason at all. I don't know why they gave it these stats, but pretty cool mon. It has Magic Bounce now. We're going to be using a Rock Polish set. I decided on just enough speed to outspeed Jolly, Excadrill, and Sand. So with a Rock Polish I can outspeed basically the entire tier. I have 460 special attack, so max special attack, and the rest in HP because I felt like I really didn't need the rest in attack since that stat is plenty high, and I already hit everything with Diamond Storm hard enough as it is that basically takes the hit. So next up we have Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn, pretty staple on my team. Shed Shell, that way I can't get trapped by Magnezone. Protect Spikes to aid the Diancie setup. Leaf Seed, Gyro Ball. And this just basically is my Dragon Resist, and my Water Resist. So, gonna go out into my Gengar next. Nice taunt, 3 attacks, basically just to block Defog, as well as just break slower teams with like Clefable, Mew, etc., etc. Gengar puts in a lot of work for those teams. And it's a spin blocker too, so we also have Wobbuffet, physically defensive, sort of. I don't know what spread I should be running, but I just basically just put random EVs because I'm tired of Pokemon sweeping me that are physical. Basically, this gets rid of stuff that stops Diancie, like this could stop Azumarill, etc., etc. This gets rid of this can potentially stop Mence depending on how I play, or it just aids Diancie in a sweep. So next we have Greninja on the list with HP Fire, that way I can weaken or knock out Scizor, weaken Ferrothorn for Diancie sweep, and Skarmory as well. And it's just a strong Pokemon. It gets rid of fairies as well with Gunk Shot. And lastly we have Choice Scarf Lander's T, that way I can pivot around, U-turn out maybe into my Wobbuffet if something comes in that I don't like. And Earthquake, Stone Edge, knock off this time just for Gengar, Weaken Thundurus, and Latias. So this might be a shorter session than usual just because I actually have to be leaving soon. But we're gonna look for a battle right now, and I'll pause it until we find one. Try and get some good battles within a 20-minute time span. So be right back. The game right away, and my opponent's team is so weak to Diancie. He literally has one Pokemon stopping me, Ferrothorn, and if I weaken Conkeldurr, Rock Polish Diancie, he just sweeps him. So that's gonna be my goal right here, to sweep him with Rock Polish Diancie. At least one guy. As I'm just gonna lead off with my Greninja, sorry, because if he wants to lead off with Ferrothorn, I can weaken it. But he ends up leading off with his Weavile, and I really don't want to take a low kick. But the thing is, Weavile is such a threat. I have to go out into my Ferrothorn just to take this low kick anyway, as he actually ends up going for knockoff as opposed to a low kick. So he might be Focus Sash, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I just broke that Sash if he was. I'm just gonna go right for Gyro Ball. If he does want to go out into his Espeon, that way I can just weaken it a bit, putting everything in range. Basically, the goal of this team is to prepare for a Diancie sweep. So he goes out to Conk, and Conk is an annoying Pokemon. I do have Wobbuffet though. Wobbuffet will be able to trap this thing. I don't really want to stay in right now with my Ferrothorn. Even if he goes for knockoff, Wobbuffet's still fine because I do have counter on my Wobbuffet. So whatever attack he wants to go for, I will be able to beat him. So I'm gonna pause until he picks a move. So he ends up going for Ice Punch, maybe predicting my Landers. Well, most likely predicting my Landers to want to come in. But I'm just gonna go for counter, as he is gonna go for Poison Jab. So he probably doesn't have knockoff, and that Poison Jab is doing nothing. I might just Encore him as he goes for it again. Because by me going for Encore, I actually ensure that I get a free switch into my my Ferrothorn right here. Because of course I am Steel type. Poison Jab can't do anything. He was trapped right there, and I'm just gonna go for Gyro Ball again, just in case he wants to go out to Espeon. I really want to catch the Espeon because it does have Magic Bounce, so there's really no point in me going for a Spike if he could just bounce it right back. So just gonna go for Gyro Ball. And if he wants to go out to Ferrothorn, that's completely fine. But he ends up sacking his Conkeldurr. He's giving me all these opportunities to get up spikes, but I'm not going for them because I'm paranoid. Because when you have a Magic Bounce user outside of like a sweeper like Diancie, the best way to play it is to throw it right in. But he goes on to Tornadus now, and that is a threat. as definitely a threat. I want to go out to my Lanner's T because if he wants to go for Heat Wave, I don't want my Ferrothorn to take that, but he ends up going for Superpower, so that's even better for me, as what I can do is just fire off a Stone Edge. Like, even if he wants to go out to Ferrothorn, that's fine. I do trap it with Wobbuffet. So, I'm just going to go for Stone Edge as he ends up going out to Ferrothorn. And I'm going to go out to my Wobbuffet right here, as if he wants to attack me, that's completely fine. If he wants to go for a Hazard, that's completely fine. I'll just go for Encore. I'll be able to lock him into that. So, this isn't looking too bad for me. It's still looking like Diancie is going to end up sweeping him at the end, as long as I get up some damage. So he ends up going for Gyro Ball, which is a huge mistake, going right on the offense, as I can just lock him right into that. I will be able to outspeed him, and basically I'll be able to counter this thing, probably not to death because that's doing 0, but it'll be doing please don't forfeit. I want to sweep you with Diancie. You're not allowed to forfeit, okay? You're really not allowed to forfeit, I'm telling you right now. So I'm gonna go for counter again, as he ends up going for the Gyro Ball. He's able to knock me out because of the Iron Barb's damage, and now what I could do is go right out into my Gengar and click Shadow Ball, because I want him to go out to Weavile and revenge kill me with Pursuit, because that way I can Mega Evolve Rock Polish up and sweep him with Diancie. That is my plan. That is the plan right there. So just gonna go right for the Shadow Ball, as I'm gonna pause until he picks a move. Okay, so he ends up going out into Ampharos, which is fine because this is something that I needed damage on anyway in order to beat. So I get a Speed F drop. It doesn't matter because I can just go for Shadow Ball, which is stronger anyway. Even if he did end up Mega Evolving, I'd be able to knock it out. As he ends up going out into Tornadus, which is even better for me. What I'm actually going to do is go out to my Ferrothorn as fodder. Because if he had went for knockoff right there and then went for Superpower on my Ferrothorn and knocked me out, I could have just set up with my Diancie, but that is not going to be the case, as if he wants to, he can go out to his Ferrothorn right here. And I'm going for a Spike. You know what? I don't care. I'm going for a Spike as he reveals the rest. So this Spike is up, breaking any potential Focus Sash on Ferrothorn, his Espeon. As unfortunately though, Ferrothorn is back. What? But gonna go out to my Greninja, expecting his Espeon, as that is what ends up happening. And I don't have Dark Pulse though, so this is kind of not the best for me. So I'm gonna go back out into my Ferrothorn right here. I want to get these hazard damage racking up though on the Espeon. I have Diamond Storm for Tornadus T, so I'm not really worried about that. Even if it's at full HP, that Assault Vest isn't gonna help versus a physical attack. So I'm gonna play this safe, as he ends up going on to Tornadus right now. And the fact that Ferrothorn is so high up, I'm just gonna go for Gyro Ball, as he ends up going for U-turn. If he wants to go back out into Espeon, that's fine. I think he should go out to Ampharos if I were him, or Ferrothorn. Though Ferrothorn is just a free switch for my Greninja, and I can easily just click HP Fire, which I am going to do. So goes out to Ampharos, which I believe is the best possible play right there, as I actually am going to switch out into my Gengar. If he wants to go for Focus Blast, that's fine. If he ends up going for Volt Switch, that's fine too. But ends up going for Dragon Pulse, which is again a good play. Fine play on my opponent's part. I was thinking, do I want to take any unnecessary damage? But just gonna hit him with an Ice Beam as I can knock him out. And he doesn't know I have HP Fire yet, though I did switch it in on his Ferrothorn, I guess you could say. So yeah, that was a good play going for Dragon Pulse, definitely. But I don't need Gengar for this game, and I ended up going for the Ice Beam right there, which means that if he wants to, he can go out into Weavile, I guess, and go for Low Kick. I don't know if he has that though. I guess Knockoff 2 is a fine play. Ferrothorn is pretty safe though. But ends up going out to Weavile, and the only reason I'm not staying is because he does outspeed me. So I'm going to switch out into my Ferrothorn. If he wants to go for Pursuit, again, that's a good play too. I'm hoping he doesn't make that play. I'm really hoping he doesn't make that play, actually. But just going to pause until he picks a move. So he ends up going for Ice Punch, and I have no idea what type of Weavile this is. Maybe it's Focus Sash, but either way, Lanner's T is pretty safe. Even at -1, my Ice Shard can't knock me out, so I can just go right for a U-turn and get off the damage I need on my guy's team. So gonna U-turn out, into my Greninja right here, and I am going to go right for a safe HP Fire, as it will be able to knock out Weavile. It'll put Tornadus in range of Ice Beam, and it also knocks out Ferrothorn, and it dents the Espeon just a bit. So we're seeing how if I do end up landing this on Ferrothorn, I win, but he ends up going out into his Tornadus T. Good play, but I can just follow it up with an Ice Beam and knock him out. So it's gonna work out for me right here, because even if he's, holy crap, he's running Spadef on his Assault Vest 1. He's actually running Spadef on it. That's crazy. He misses an Air Slash, unfortunately, but I'll be able to just fire off HP Fire right here. Also, if he wants to switch out a bit, maybe try and get that Regenerator back, though I'm not entirely sure why, because all it's doing is stopping Greninja. Unfortunately for my opponent, he missed that Air Slash, but just based on the way that he took that Ice Beam, like, he's definitely running HP or something, so he's not running a lot of special attack adjustment. Like, I'll show you the calc right now for Ice Beam versus Tornadus. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Tornadus. I don't know why it says that Assault Vest, but yeah, Ice Beam does 80 to the standard Assault Vest, which doesn't run much HP. It does 80 to 94, but goes out into his Espeon right now, and I think Gunk Shot can actually knock it out, so I'm gonna go for it. As he is gone, oh my god, Greninja is too strong, but able to knock out Espeon, and I'm going for Rock Polish anyway, or I'm gonna get the final kill with Diancie. So just gonna go out to my Lantern's T just to get off an Intimidate on this Weavile, sacking it to the Ice Punch, as I can now go out to my Diancie and just Mega Evolve. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to Rock Polish up, but I can just Mega Evolve and go right for Earth Power, as it will do a lot to Ferrothorn. It might even be a 2 KO, or 3 KO rather, but he's not going to wake up this turn, so I can just go right for Earth Power again, as he has Sleep Talk. Really? That's really interesting. But either way, I will be able to knock him out with the next Earth Power, and Weavile will also go down to Moonblast. So he says good game, acknowledging defeat. I have no idea what type of Weavile it is. Maybe it's banded, but I just felt like it was doing too little for banded damage. Like, Weavile isn't a weak Pokemon. You know what? I'm going for Rock Polish. Unless he freezes me, I'm going for Rock Polish. And I'm going to finish him off with a Moonblast. So, yeah, good game. Dude, I had to do that. I've been trying to do that the entire game. There you go, guys. Rock Polish, Diancie sweep. Not really, though. Nah, I wasn't trying to be. I've been trying to do that the entire game. So, yeah, good game, dude. And pause until we find another battle. We'll be right back. Okay, so we have found another game. Now, I like my opponent's team. It's the type of build that looks a little Diancie weak. You know what I'm saying? I can actually weaken his entire team every single time I bring in Diancie. So I'm just going to U-turn out into my Ferrothorn, as I got off the Intimidate on Breloom, so I'm not really fearing the Mach Punch. I'm not really fearing the Spore because I am a Grass type. And yeah, Ferrothorn is basically my safest switch. So I'm going to pause it until he picks a move. Or actually until it stops lagging, rather. Or not pause it, but ends up going for Bullet Seed. As that's completely fine by me. I'm just going to go right for a Gyro Ball. I don't care if he goes out to Mana Buzz right here. That's fine by me. Like, it really is, in all honesty. As he ends up going for Drain Punch. Ooh, revealing that he has the Drain Punch. But I'm pretty sure Gyro Ball could knock him out after. Oh, that does 0. That does 0. Do I need to switch out to Gengar? Do I really need to? I don't feel like I do. I'm going to do it anyway. He might go for Spore here, which would be a good play. But he ends up going for Mach Punch. Interesting sets. And Shadow Ball is relatively safe, so I'm just going to go for that. As he ends up going out into Mana Buzz. And that does a lot. That actually does so much to him that... Yeah, that does so much to him. So, going to go out to my Diancie, as I can take this as an opportunity to Mega Evolve. I don't really fear... Oh, damage? Okay. And I'm actually just going to go right for Earth Power, predicting him to want to go out into his Metagross. I don't think he should stay in with that Pokemon, and I was able to get off so much damage on this Metagross, which is like one of the biggest threats to my team. So gonna go out into my I'm pretty sure this is Mega Metagross. I don't want to take a BP. I know I will be able to outspeed him, but if he has BP, I don't want to take that. So he's going to end up Mega Evolving and going right for Earthquake. Why did he make that play? But just going to switch out into my Landers T. If he wants to go for Ice Punch, that's completely fine. I don't know why. I guess he predicted my switch back out into Ferrothorn, which makes sense. Good play on my opponent's part then. Good play. Good play. But just going to hit him up with a U-turn for my Landers T, as we'll be able to go out into my Gengar for free, basically, and get a kill or weaken Rotom. So I'm going to go for that U-turn as he ends up bringing out his Gyarados, and you're trapped. Yeah, bye. And I could just hit him with an Encore with my Wobbuffet as he ends up going for sub. And what I want to do is just go out into my Gengar and taunt this sub. Yeah, that way he can't go for it anymore. Just gonna go for taunt, as I believe there's one more turn of Encore before this one ends. So yeah, it should be good. He actually has to go for struggle if he wants to do anything. So he actually ends up going for struggle, and it does a lot to me. Not even gonna lie. But even at +1, I'm not really too worried about this Gengar. I could save my Gengar for his Clefable, but I do have my Greninja, so he ends up going back out into Metagross, which is a good play. I'm just gonna sack my Ferrothorn. If he goes for Earthly, that's another good play. Ooh, this man making plays around plays. But I'm just gonna go out into my Landers T, and I believe I can just click knockoff now, as he ends up going back out into Gyarados. So that's great that I was able to get rid of that thing's leftovers, and I can just go directly into Wobbuffet right now. Gyarados is the biggest threat in my opinion right now, as he ends up going for the Dragon Dance, and I just want to go for Encore. Oh, I want to go for counter actually. Yeah, I hope I click counter, as I am able to click the counter and knock out the Gyarados. So one step closer to Diancie actually sweeping my opponent's team. So goes out to Mandibuzz, and I do just want to go for counter once again, as I could tank a knockoff, and I don't think I'll be able to knock him out. Oh wow, I am able to knock out the Mandibuzz, as that's another threat gone. Not really though, because Diancie was a straight up wall. So if I really wanted to, I think a better play would have been switching out to Diancie, but things happen. So I'm just gonna go for Miracle, as he ends up going for hello sub Rotom hacks. Oh my, I'm just gonna go for Safeguard then. Protects me. I don't know what type of Rotom this is. I really don't. I don't want to sack Ninja, so I'm just gonna go out into my my Gengar to my left and just go right for the Sludge Wave, as he ends up going for T-Ball. I have no idea what type of Rotom this is. What is this? But I believe I can just go out into. I don't want to go directly into Diancie because I don't know if I can knock it out. I'd rather go out to Landers and actually just go for knockoff on this thing. If he wants to go for the Hydro Pump, that's completely fine. He can knock me out with that. But I do have my Diancie right now, and I think I lost this game. I'm not sure. Well, we'll see. I actually think that that my Greninja can pull through, depending on how it goes. So I'm gonna go for Moonblast again, as he is able to knock me out with the Meteor Mash. And now it all depends on it. I'm pretty sure Greninja can actually pull through at the end, so I'm be able to hit him with an HP Fire, knock him out. And he does have his Clefable. It really depends on Clefable's stats too, and damage rolls, because he ends up going out to Breloom. Again, I could take any hit that he wants to go for. I could take this Mach Punch and go right for the HP Fire. That does put me in range though of Moonblast, even if I do go for Gunk Shot. And it all comes down to, will I be able to knock this thing out with Gunk Shot? So unable. It might be unaware. Ooh, will I hit? I do land. I'm not able to knock him out. He takes 0, and he is able to knock me out with the Moonblast. So yeah, good game, dude. How much time we're at? We're at 20 minutes. I have to go. I hate ending in a loss though. I have to go. No. Yeah, we're gonna live for another battle. One play that I feel like I should have made differently was definitely. Oh, that makes sense why he was going for Earthquake on Diancie. Well, he didn't know I was slower than him, but it was a speed tie. One play I could definitely made differently, I feel, was we we got a fat team. Was definitely going on to Diancie on the Mandibuzz. But we got a fat team now, which is annoying. The thing is, though, Diancie puts in so much work versus my opponent's team. It's insane. So just going to Mega Evolve and go right for Moonblast, as he has no switch-ins to this thing. Like, Empoleon isn't really a switch-in, because eventually I can fire off Earth Power. So goes out to Empoleon. And what I want to do is go directly into... I want to go directly into Gengar, because if he wants to go for Scald, that's fine. I just want to fire off an Earth... a Focus Blast, rather. I don't care that he got a Stealth Rock. Good play, whatever. Predicting my switch, cool. Just gonna go for Shadow Ball right here, as I can weaken him. That seems like going for Scald. And I believe what I'm gonna do is go for Sludge Wave, predicting him to want to go out into Chestnut, as he does end up doing just that. And I am able to bop the Chestnut upon switching, because Chestnut would have, of course, its ability stopping the its ability would have stopped my Shadow Ball from going through. It would have stopped Focus Blast, and he could have went for Spiky Shield in the following turn. So was able to knock out the Chestnut. Definitely an annoying Pokemon, and it's gone. As Empoleon is also weakened, which means that my opponent is a lot weaker to Greninja. So ends up going out into his Gliscor. I'm just gonna taunt this thing as he ends up going for Protect. So that's completely fine by me. I can now go out to my Greninja and just threaten him with this thing, I'm pretty sure. I want to just go right for a Hydro Pump. It's safe because it hits Heat Rain if he wants to go out to that for some reason. It's not safe necessarily, but it hits, which is what I like. So goes out into his Empoleon, as I do have my Ferrothorn, which I just got into. As he is going to go for the Scald, and I'm just gonna go right for a Leech Seed, as he ends up going out to Heat Ram, and I am able to catch Tran, which is nice. So I want to go for Protect because I don't know what move he's gonna go for, and it gets me back a bit more. You know, leftovers recovery, nice leftovers. I don't know how much Moonblast is gonna do to. I mean, Empoleon. My attack is gonna do to Empoleon, so I'm gonna go out to my Wobbuffet, as I could definitely trap him right now, as he does end up going for the Loud Plume once again. And because of all that Leech Seed recovery, I'm actually in a nice position. So I'm just going to hit him with an Encore, rather, as he ends up going for Toxic. And that gives me a free switch into my opponent, into my Diancie right here. So, and I'll be back at full because of Leech Seed. So I'm going to go out to my Diancie right now, as he is locked into Toxic. I could go for Safeguard, but there's no point. I could also set up a Spike on him, but I feel that there's no point, as Diancie is nice to just bring in and start firing off Moonblast. Diancie is what's going to help me beat Sableye. So a nice bounce back. Alright, so I'm just going to fire off a Moonblast right here, as I see no reason not to. He probably knows I have Earth Power, so he might try and switch out to Gliscor, as he does, and I am able to bop that thing with a Moonblast. That does so much damage. That's insane, as he has no switch-ins to a 460 special attack Moonblast. So goes out into Empoleon, as I am just going to go for Earth Power right here, and at that range I was easily able to knock out Empoleon. I can also knock out the Gliscor. I can also knock out the Heatran. Diancie just comes through right now. So he goes out into his Clefable, as I am just going to go for Moonblast just to gauge how much it does. That does 0. As he ends up going for Moonblast of his own. And we'll see what I want to do. So I'm just going to go out to my Wobbuffet, as he goes for Wish. Alright, so it's good to know that he's like this stupid support set. So I'm going to hit up with an Encore, as he goes for Protect, and that's completely fine by me. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for Encore. He has no switch-ins to Greninja now. Like, he really doesn't. Yeah, like, they are so limited on my opponent's part. So I'm just gonna go out onto my Ferrothorn now. The thing is, though, I'm kind of giving his Gliscor a free opportunity to potentially set up on me. I'm pretty sure this is unaware too. But I'm just going to hit him with a Leech Seed, as unfortunately I missed, which sucks, because I would have been able to trap him with Wobbuffet. But now I'm going to have to... what am I going to do? I don't want to sack Ferrothorn. Well, actually I have to sack Ferrothorn, so I'm just going to go for a Spike, as I can sack Ferrothorn. If I would have hit that Leech Seed, I would have been able to trap him with Lob once again. But now I can go out to my Greninja and just fire off a Hydro Pump. At that range, I can knock him out. He does have Protect, though, which is annoying, to say the least. That really sucks that I missed that Leech Seed, but now I can actually lose to my opponent now. Yeah, I really could lose to my opponent now that I missed that Leech Seed, so. I end up connecting and actually knocking him out, so this is a lot easier than it could have been. Definitely a lot easier. He ends up going out into Sableye, though. I am just going to go out to my Diancie. If he wants to Mega Evolve and go for Calm Mind, that's completely fine by me. If he wants to go for Will-O-Wisp, that'll be Bounce Back. So I think Diancie is my safest play by far, as he does end up going for Calm Mind. But I'm so powerful, this should be able to 2-hit KO no matter what. So yeah, I am going to go for it. I don't know how he could deal with me. The thing is, though, his Clefable is such a threat. But I do have Gunk Shot to knock it out. And that does so much damage. Like, he's not going to be able to do anything to me as he goes for Recover. Unfortunately for my opponent. And I'll be able to go for Moonblast again. It's still a 2-hit KO. That's crazy. This is like hitting him with a Xerneas' Moonblast. The special attack is just that strong. So, goes out to Gliscor as he is going to sack it, which is great. Because that means I don't have to deal with Wish Protect. How much is this thing at? I want to see how much Diamond Storm does. Ooh, that looks so sick as he goes for Moonblast. And unfortunately, he gets a special attack drop. But if I land my next Diamond Storm, I do win. So I am going to try and go for it as he ends up going for Protect. That's insane. That move looks so sick. Oh, that's so crazy. And I can just go right for a Diamond Storm. Hopefully, I do land. I really hope I do, as I am able to knock out the Clefable. And even though he did get the special attack drop, I think I can still beat Sableye because it doesn't have any priority and it's slow as hell. So I'm gonna go for Moonblast. Let's see at -1 if I can knock it out. So Diancie putting so much work in this last game. Whatever, good game. Oh, he left. Okay. So Diancie putting so much work, and I'm late. So guys, leave a like if you enjoyed, and until next time, later. Bye.